Update for today, February the 14th. Starting with the most important news of the day by far, I did hear from Mom this afternoon for the first time since she had her hip replacement surgery. And her exact words to me was that her doctor said, got a good result. Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, of course, there's a recoup process from everything, and but after two of these partial repair job things that ended up failing, finally going for the full-on replacement, it terrified her. But the idea that we ended up getting a good result, whatever that means, whatever the recoup time means, regardless, it sounds like positive news, and I will take any positive news that we can get. And I really genuinely now have some hope that we are moving in the right direction, and that hopefully, I guess Mom has to go through some rehab type of stuff to be able to, put weight on her leg again and, kind of relearn that part. But once she's up and capable, the very first thing she wants to do is get Dad out of that place and start becoming his full-on caretaker again, because that's what she loves doing and that's what she wants to do. So get him out of there and get them both happy again. And so I really, really, really think that we've made some positive progress. For me personally, I look forward to, I think Wednesday is the next time I'm planning on going down there. That being said, might have a little bit of a change of plans there based on possible weather driving conditions, or I might have to go the long way, which takes about 45 minutes or so longer. May end up doing that this time. Again, we'll see. I'll kind of watch it, but anyway, that's how things are looking there. So really positive news on the mom and dad front today. Now, for me, I had an when I woke up this morning, I kind of had a idea for like a one of those Hallmark movie type of things in my mind. And basically, the idea of my Hallmark movie would be that the nice, pretty girl, maybe she's been out of town for a while, maybe she hasn't, but she comes into town and, she goes to the grocery store. And as she's at the grocery store, there's a big long line at the self-check. So that particular day, she decides to go to the human checker. And, the bagger bagging behind the human checker is a strapping, handsome gentleman who is charismatic and smart and just check off all the positive things. And tries to keep his teeth bright, all the positive things. And happens to wear her favorite color, which is red. And all these positive things. And it happens to be Singles Awareness Day, and they just kind of hit it off. And neither one of them are single anymore after that. In this wonderful Hallmark movie that I wrote in my head at 4 o'clock this morning. And so, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But, so this morning, so once I snapped it back to attention, I headed into work and, for whatever reason, bagging came to my mind. But I was assigned to the accounting office. But you know what? I can get through all the accounting office stuff in like 4.5 hours and then go bag, because I have a feeling that something great is going to happen for me today. 7 hours and 20 minutes of accounting slogged through errors later. Didn't do much bagging. Almost none. So, that being said, did, however, get to witness at least a few customers making the regular February 14th purchase of 2 dead plants that come nicely wrapped. And a couple of pieces of paper that come in nice red envelopes for about $80. That's tradition. But anyway, so after work, I adjusted the ending of my Hallmark movie to the handsome, strapping young bagger returns to it from his very, very super late lunch break and watches the pretty smart girl. She was probably actually flirting with the guy that is on light duty by the door that all the girls like. She's probably flirting with him now that I think about it. And I don't even care to see how my novel ends. Maybe I'll write a new Hallmark movie tomorrow. All right, moving on. So, I got off work and honestly relaxed for a little bit. Spent a bit of time doing the thing that my New Year's resolution is to not do, which I've actually done a really good job of not doing very much. Not perfect, but not much. And that is just mindlessly scrolling on your phone, like TikToks or Facebooks. Basically the platforms that I film these videos for, not spending much time on those. And then, or just scrolling the news feed. I did that for like an hour, blew an hour doing that. Not proud of it, but got that out of my system for a while. I'm, again, quite happy with how I've been doing that. Continued playing with my car's tire pressure thing, right? That I've been talking about a couple of times here recently. And honestly, yeah, you know what I think that is? Random fact, by the way. This is what our uniform shirts look like. They're kind of red. Don't know what that connects to anything I've been talking about, but whatever. Anyway, so we, she liked red in the story, guys. Anyway, so, spent a little bit of time messing around, just stupid, mindlessly scrolling on the internet. I got that out of my system. Oh yeah, the tire pressure thing. So, truth be told, the first two cars that I owned were a 1994 and a 2000, and I ran with those for years. It was 2024. The next time that I purchased a car that was newer than either of those two. So this whole, tire pressure warnings going off thing is a relatively new thing to me. And honestly, after kind of doing a little bit of looking into this, that there's a movie, Blast from the Past, where a guy basically lives in a bomb shelter and then finally comes out and is like decades behind everyone else. That's me with the tire pressure monitoring systems. All right, let's see. I did go to the gym. And then after the gym, I coupled that with a visit to a place called Muchas Gracias. Now, I've talked in the past about coupling up the gym with Carl's Jr. and Chipotle. This time it was Muchas Gracias. Now, I said I would, start making healthier, better decisions with what to couple up my gym with in that regard. And, sure, Muchas Gracias, which is, and I say that's healthy because it's a regional thing. And so therefore, there might be some viewers who don't know what it is. So yeah, we're going to say it's healthy cuisine. All right. Let's see. So that's pretty much that. Oh boy. Last thing, they're saying there might be snowflakes sometime in the Portland area, like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Not gonna happen. But that spiel, consider that a cliffhanger, because that opens a whole new can of worms for speech that I'm sure I'm going to share with you here in the next couple of days. All right, looking forward to doing that. But for now, ciao for now. Talk to you soon.